Welcome back to the Power Rangers Monthly Gaming News Recap, a series where I recap all the gaming news that happened for Power Rangers that month. There's quite a bit to go over this month, so let's get right into it. Starting off with Legacy Wars, this month's warrior was none other than Katie Walker, Time Force Yellow. An epic attacker, Katie deals a ton of damage very quickly. On top of that, she likes to keep the opponent off their feet, with a ton of juggling combos with knockback finishers. She also has a temporary super status, Full Power, which electrifies her attacks with the unique damage over time, and adds a different final blow to each of her middle slot attacks. Katie has all the ingredients for a broken warrior, but keeps things to a dull roar most of the time. Until Katie, it had been 6 years since our last Time Force Ranger, who was Quantum Ranger back in October 2019. It's also been 6 years since our last Megazord, but that wait may be ending sooner than you think. I recently contacted Enway support, inquiring about Megazords as there had been a significant shift in the developer team since we had last heard anything about Megazords back in June last year. When we last heard about Megazords, it was revealed that the devs that made the Warriors were the same devs that made Megazords. Since then, we've had a ton of new developers work on the game, evidenced by super innovative Warriors that started releasing coincidentally around the same time that I asked about Megazords. Since then, we've seen the devs listen to more fan feedback than ever before, so I thought it was worth bringing up Megazords again. But I didn't just want to ask for Megazords like everyone else. I wanted to help them consider testing the waters with a new Megazord. Back in June, we were told that Enway looks at player demand for new characters, how popular they are, and whether or not they're worth asking Hasbro for approval to add to the game. However, because it's been so long since we've had a new Megazord, and many players think Megazords are dead, getting any Megazord at all would be a dream come true, as I expressed to Enway in my latest message. I also suggested popular heavy hitters like Cyclopsis, Mega Rito Revolto, and the Gravezord, which I think are popular enough that Enway can take the risk of adding at least one of them to gauge community interest in new Megazords. And the responder not only agrees with my sentiment, but took the time to express how insightful and appreciated our suggestions are. While he couldn't confirm or deny anything about Megazords in the future, he promised that he'd forward it to the appropriate teams, and once again expressed how helpful our input is. While this garnered the same result as our request to the old Enway last year, at least so far, it still feels like our voices are being heard, which is a nice change of pace, as I'll admit that it previously felt like talking to a brick wall. Moving on to Heroes of the Grid, we have a small but exciting update on the production of Eternal Rangers. Just over a week ago, we got a glimpse of what Zordon's Mini looks like in person. Short videos were uploaded showing the sleek silver figure and its removable glass dome. This came with the announcement that the minis for Eternal Rangers have officially started manufacturing. Production of Eternal Rangers seems to be running very smoothly, and the final expansion is still set to hit tables in November. Lastly for this month, we have some rather surprising but welcome news regarding Rita's Rewind. We don't have any details on any new updates or DLC, but Boom Studios is adapting Rita's Rewind into a comic series. All the info that we have at the moment is that Zoe Tunnel is writing it, and that issue 1 will release in August. That's all for this month. If you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't, and tune in for the May edition of the Power Rangers Monthly Gaming News Recap. Until next time, this is Shard Collector, signing off.